everybody, welcome to World of Pain. I'm your host, Lauren DeLuca. Today, I am very excited to bring some breaking news to you. As you all know, in January, I testified at the Massachusetts State House regarding House Bill 4033, an act relative to combating addiction, accessing treatment, reducing prescriptions, and enhancing prevention. This was presented by Massachusetts Governor Baker, who also put together the 2016 Massachusetts Chapter 52, which was the first piece of legislation in the United States put forth to try to combat the opioid crisis. Unfortunately, there have been some devastating side effects throughout this state as a result of that bill. And as you all know, we are feeling the pressure in all 50 states with new pieces of legislation being brought down seemingly every single day. Well, one thing we can say that we have done successfully is in the state of Massachusetts, we have successfully defeated the bill that was going to assemble another committee that was going to determine best practices for opiate prescribing. It was going to consist of individuals that were appointed positions within the state. Therefore, these are not elected positions. These are hand-picked individuals that will be sitting on this board to make the decisions about best practices of opioid prescribing. Now, as we all know, there are no best practices for opioid prescribing unless you're referring to the CDC guidelines, which continue to be pushed back every single day with more information coming out by the day about improper logging of deaths and inflation of numbers grossly. So this is a huge success, not only for the state of Massachusetts, but for the entire country. Had this passed in the state of Massachusetts, this would have easily moved into federal legislation as Governor Baker sits on the Federal Opioid Policy Steering Committee. And given he has experience with legislation, I'm sure he is leading the pack when making these decisions. And it's important that we make these decisions for all constituents, those suffering from substance use disorder, as well as those suffering from chronic pain and intractable pain, and those suffering with incurable chronic illnesses and diseases. So, for now, we will leave you with that. But this is a huge success. We took down a bill that was going to make the CDC guidelines state law. If that happened in the state of Massachusetts, this would have happened across the country like light speed. So we stopped them. And our group did this because we called, and you called every day, and you followed our calls to action, and we went out and we testified, and our team went and met with state legislators, state representatives, federal legislators, you name it, we called them or we met with them. And that's what it takes. You have so much more power than you ever imagined. And don't ever let somebody tell you you don't. I know that being chronically ill is very difficult, and being a new chronic illness patient, I'm just getting my eyes open to how difficult life is with a chronic illness and dealing with chronic pain that interferes with the quality of your life and your ability to live your life. So having a chronic illness or an incurable disease is hard enough in itself. We don't need to be adding regulatory burdens to allowing somebody just to get their medicine so that they can go to work. Or even if you are disabled, you're able to at least enjoy the day with your friends and family. We are all capable of much more than any of us ever give ourselves credit for. I speak from experience. Never would I have ever thought we would be having this conversation right now, but in 6 months, we have helped pass a law to ensure individuals in the state of Massachusetts have a right to have their pain assessed in healthcare facilities. That is the 20th state in the United States of America, and I am proud to say that we took part in helping pass that law. And even more exciting is we took part in taking down a law that was going to set another commission for more guidelines, more restrictions, more obstacles for the sickest of the sick to obtain treatment. And in addition to that, the committee was going to devise penalties for doctors that refuse to comply with their non-evidence-based guidelines that they were looking to create a law. And once that happens, it is very difficult to undo. So thank you, everybody. We never would have been able to do this without all of your support. So please give yourself a pat on the back, because this is your win too. And we're just getting started. I have huge plans. We have huge plans. And our organization, our members are very powerful, and we are getting stronger and more connected every single day. So great job, everybody. And please keep sharing stories, keep telling people about what's going on, because we're getting traction. And soon enough, this is going to be everywhere in the news, and it will be our time to get our human rights back and our lives respected. So thank you, everybody, and let's celebrate this weekend knowing that we took down a major piece of legislation, and this is proof that our voices matter. So go ahead and pick up that phone, call your state rep, and let them know Massachusetts listens to their constituents, and demand that your representatives listen to you and take care of your needs as well. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.